Hello, guys, and welcome to another video from Between the Ropes TV. Guys, this has been quite an interesting week for heavyweight boxing. There's been lots of talk of potential matchups, fights going to be made, fights missing deadlines. We don't know what's going on. So, Josh, what's going on with Fury, AJ, Manny Charr? Can you make sense of it?
No, I'll be honest. Yeah, who knows is the honest
Get to the
answer.
point.
Yeah, it depends on who you listen to, doesn't it? Tyson Fury made no secret on various interviews on the Joe Joyce Joseph Parker card on Saturday night that he was setting a Monday deadline for Anthony Joshua to sign the contracts.
5 o'clock as well.
5 o'clock, yeah. Even went as far as interrupting Frank Warren's interview on Queensberry's YouTube channel, saying, no, I don't care about your meetings with BT and DAZN. 5 o'clock Monday, that's the cut-off. Used all his language like he loves to, shithouse, all the rest of it. And I personally, I think what happened was the general social media reaction was very negative towards Tyson Fury. Mine, as on our page, was as well. I think, we're all under no illusions. Fights like this take time. Fury signed with BT. Joshua signed his deal with DAZN. He's not even fought with DAZN yet. And now you're potentially looking at, if this went on to BT, which is what Queensberry had initially tried to do, and rightly so, Fury is the A side, then DAZN would be getting back an Anthony Joshua potentially who just lost to Usyk and just lost to Fury, and they've potentially committed £100 million a fight to him. So you can more than understand why it's going to take time and they're going to want to dot the I's and cross the T's. Frank Warren then went into detail saying, no, he's frustrated, but we're going to run it for a few more days. The meetings on Monday were positive. And we thought, okay, maybe we will then. Then this morning, Tyson Fury decided to announce on his social media there's another deadline. And today is actually deadline day, no messing around. He did also, interestingly, in fairness to him, confirm that DAZN, BT and ESPN, obviously his American broadcasters, are all on the same page. They're all happy with it to proceed. He reckoned that every sort of, whether it be sponsorship, endorsement deals, everyone's happy. Everyone's prepared to let this fight happen December the 3rd in Cardiff. They're just missing Joshua's signature. Who knows what happened then? Because I'll be honest, I went for a walk 2 hours later. It's all off again, and he's fighting Manuel Charr. And, it's blatant. Last week, wasn't it, in the fight week for Maxie Hughes, Kid Galahad, when Eddie Hearn was obviously being asked about this fight, he said, well, I'm being told by numerous sources that he's already agreed to fight Manuel Charr. Manuel Charr's then come out and said he signed a contract, to fight a Frank Warren heavyweight, whether that be Tyson Fury, Daniel Dubois, or Joe Joyce. And I did have one eye. I thought, well, let's be fair. What that means then, Frank Warren said on Saturday night that he's got a big fight planned for the 26th of November. If Fury Joshua gets made, that'll be December the 3rd. If not, he's going to be fighting Daniel Dubois on the 26th, isn't he, as a defence of the WBA regular. I think a lot of people would have thought that. Then this afternoon, Tyson Fury said he respects Manuel Charr for calling the fight on. He's doing what all men should do and calling people out. And he's now going to be fighting him. So who knows? Personally, my belief is, and I don't know what you guys will think, my belief is that we're going to see the fight now, because the general social media reaction, if this fight doesn't happen now...
Sorry, just to confirm you on about Fury Joshua there.
Yeah, Fury Joshua. It's going to happen, because if they don't fight now, whoever announces their next fight, Joshua may get away with it if he fights Dillian Whyte, but we don't think that's going to happen by the sound of things. If Fury fights Charr, they're not selling Cardiff out with that. I don't care how big a draw Tyson Fury is. And the pay-per-view buys for it would be poor because, let's be fair, Frank Warren did the show at Wembley against Dillian Whyte, and we all slagged the undercard off for that. So there's no reason to believe it would be any better. And Frank Warren's other big fighters have all got fight dates now, bar Dubois, which we would assume is the 26th of November. Could be moved, but that's my belief. I'll hand it back to you, and I hope you kept up with that, because it's just a roller coaster.
Well, if anyone can keep up with that, fantastic, fair play to them. I mean, yes, what do you make of all that?
Literally, one way to sum it up, like Josh just said, it's a roller coaster. When I think everyone knows by now, when I feel like it was a case of Tyson Fury doing what he usually does, this tactic that him and Wilder have adopted in the past. So when he's looking to make a fight with someone, or they'll use AJ's name to get some hype around. And I feel like they weren't expecting that reaction from AJ to say, all right, then I'll take it. Because usually there's always been issues of, splits, this, that, you know. But I feel like they weren't expecting AJ. And AJ called their bluff. And I feel like now he's backed up into a corner. And, you know, he doesn't, like, the pressure is getting to him. The pressure's on him now because he's gone from saying, I'm retired, to I'll come out of retirement for 500 million.
Half a billy.
Yeah, half a billy. And then he said, what? I'll fight for free at Wembley. Both of us fight for free. And then now he's, you know what I mean? He doesn't know, like, we don't know what to expect with Tyson Fury. And I feel like now 258, when they put that statement up, etc., the pressure started brewing from there. They're on it to make the fight. They're happy to do the fight. And now I feel like Fury, the pressure is getting to him now. And he's panicking because I don't feel like, you know, he knows. I feel like he knows AJ can hurt him. I feel like he knows AJ can, you know, bring a good fight and cause him problems. So I feel like now he's kind of thinking, oh crap, this guy's got nothing to lose. This can all go tits up for me if I were to, you know, lose my titles. So I just feel like right now it's just Fury. He's frustrated. He wants to get out, but I just feel like the silence from AJ and team AJ is like kind of annoying him, because now the reaction, everyone's calling Fury out for his actions. So I just feel like that in itself, you know, he's used to saying whatever he wants and getting away with it. But now people are pulling up all his receipts on what he said, and you know he's not liking it. So I feel like right now he's stressed, because if this fight does happen and he was to lose, then you know he's the one that's going to have egg on his face. AJ comes into this fight with nothing to lose. You know, he's lost 3 times already. You know, it won't really make a difference if he were to lose. So what has he got to lose? Whereas Fury's got a lot to lose.
Fair one. Well summed up. But they're not the only heavyweights that are being sorting out their future this week, are they? There's also been mention from Eddie Hearn of Dillian Whyte getting a date to fight this year, potentially in November. Yaz, can you tell us a little bit more?
Yeah, well, news broke out earlier today that, you know, there's, I think it's 26th of November at Wembley Arena for Dillian Whyte, with, I think, Otto Wallin, Dempsey McKenna being one of the opponents. Yeah, Dempsey McKean being one of the opponents. I feel as though the Otto Wallin fight, it was supposed to happen last year, but we didn't see it happen. Obviously, there was the shoulder injury for Dillian Whyte. There's talks that, you know, maybe he didn't take that fight because he knew he had that shot. And to be fair to him, he's had back-to-back hard fights, and I kind of don't blame him, because why risk yourself when you fought all these hard fights back-to-back to then get that shot? I feel like that will be a good comeback fight. I don't know how I would score that fight, because for me, we don't know how much Dillian Whyte's got left. And we know Otto Wallin, you know, he gave Fury problems. He was really up for that fight. And I feel like, you know, if this fight were to get made, he would come trying to prove a point for the cancellation last year.
Yeah. I think it sounds as though Dillian Whyte's got the bit between his teeth now. But in terms of what he does in the ring, that's a different matter. Josh, Dillian Whyte, I mean, are you expecting him to be on the run for back for another shot at the world title? Should he get one of those opponents in November?
Potentially. I mean, any of them, they're all interesting fights. Obviously, Yas has just gone into the Otto Wallin history, so I won't go back over that. I mean, the Dempsey McKean one's interesting for me because, you know, that's Matchroom's new Australian heavyweight. They're trying to crack the Australian market. And Eddie Hearn's making a bit of noise about him. And I just wonder now, you know, it's no secret Dillian Whyte's been talking to Ben Shalom. Frank Warren said he's sent him offers for fights. I just wonder if Eddie Hearn's thinking, right, Dillian Whyte's, you know, he's in his mid-30s now. He's probably his best days are behind him. Can I try and feed him to my new heavyweight charge in Dempsey McKean? Now, it's a risk, obviously, but it launches Dempsey McKean into the UK fight fans. You know, those that don't know him now will know him. If he wins, it propels him up the rankings and puts some serious steam behind his name. And if he loses, when you look at McKean's resume, they can sort of say, oh, well, it was always a gamble. It was really early in his career. It's almost a no-lose situation for Dempsey McKean, whereas for Dillian Whyte, it's potentially career-ending. I would say any of those fights are potentially career-ending for Dillian Whyte at this point, because obviously he wants the AJ rematch. He's made no secret he wants to get paid in his next. He's got 3, maybe 4 fights left, and he wants to get paid. To do that, he's got to win this comeback fight, and they're all quite good names for a comeback fight. For me, I thought we'd have probably seen more the trilogy with Derek Chisora, because Chisora's coming off the Pulev win. And although Dillian Whyte won once, for me, Chisora still won the first fight. The second fight he was winning until obviously the conclusive knockout. So it's interesting. I thought they'd go down that route, and it's always going to sell because the first 2 were such good fights. But who knows? It's a risk, isn't it? It's interesting. But, in answer to what you're saying, I don't think Dillian Whyte will get another world title shot. Nobody wanted to fight him first time round. And after Tyson Fury did such a job on him, unless someone's going to get paid big money, it's almost like who needs him now, because he can still bang, and he's he's not a nice fight for anyone, is he, because of how rough he is.
House, isn't he?
Yeah, so he's not a nice night for anybody. So unless he's bringing a lot of money to the table, which who knows, because he hasn't got one consistent promoter behind him, I don't think we'll see him near a world title again.
Fair enough. Guys, let us know if you agree with what Yas and Josh are saying and how they're breaking down those potential fights. Don't forget, we've got plenty more content coming up for you guys real soon. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.